Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Waffenträger Alf E100, a Tier 10 German collector tank destroyer. This is a vehicle which cost me over $600 to get on my main account, and it's not even that great of a vehicle. The stats of the update when this vehicle were dropped, and it is the third worst performing tier 10 in the game, which does not surprise me at all. I'm surprised it's actually not the worst, but there are many reasons why this is a poor performer. The major reason is down to the fact that this tank does not feature any, well, damage output apart from the clip it has, right? It's large, it has terrible camo values, and as I said, it's only effective when you're able to have the shells loaded. Once you're out of shells, you're a sitting duck for the next 30 seconds. That is an insane amount of time, and obviously puts you in a situation which you may not want to be stuck in. But to make up for that, it can deal an insane amount of damage, which is obviously something to look up towards. There you go, we got one shell into the enemy E50M. That's pretty nice. And I'm going to move up, see if we can get into a decent bushler here. And, alright, nice. We are now in position. Now, I obviously have a couple options. I can reload the clip, or I can sit here with two shells. I think I'm going to sit here with two shells. We actually have the mouse on the crossing here. And, going to aim it on the mouse, lower plate. There you go. 644, and then I'm going to back off before I get shot. I could have fired my second shell, but they have a 183. There you go. Look at that. 183 was sitting right in the open. I'm going to be smart, and I'm not going to bleed health unnecessarily. So, shooting one shell into that mouse and backing up is a much, much smarter play than sitting there and getting nuked by the entire enemy team. Now, our 57 Heavy is doing a pretty tragic job of dealing with that mouse. And as much as I want to help out, I see that our 183 is already doing that, and I don't think I need to go over there to help out necessarily. Alright, so we're going to move up over here, and we're going to see if I can get some damage into these players. And there you go, 578 into you. Oh, that one missed. We're going to be able to get another shell. Got the mouse on the side. Nope. So far, we've been a grill 15. We haven't hit a single shell that a grill wouldn't... Actually, we might have hit that shell if we were in the grill there. Also, I thought our 183 was going to go down, but he clearly didn't. Alright, so at this point, I need to back off because I'm spotted. I predicted that I was going to be spotted too, but, like, I knew what was going to happen there. And, yeah, this game's cooked, because our mediums are already dead, and I'm reloading, which means I can't cover the Sheridan at all, so the Sheridan's dead, and our 57's dead, so it's a 3 versus 7. Our Kron's AFK, and this is just such a good example of why the Waffenträger Alf E100 is not a very good tank, because at the end of the day, it is so incredibly team-reliant. Now, it can do well. Like, I'm not going to say that it can't, because look at this. We have a full health 57 Heavy here. We get 1 in, we got 2 in, and we're going to aim in our third, and boom. I mean, that right there, even though we low rolled, we did an insane amount of damage to that player, enough to absolutely cripple him. But it doesn't matter. Team sucks, and we lose. And this is your average... Oh, the Kron's not AFK. Wow. Wow. But this is kind of your average gameplay in the Waffenträger Alf E100. It is the equivalence of team suck, lose game. Team do well, win game. And the problem is you just don't make enough of an impact in the battles themselves to really win. Because think of it like this. If I was in a grill in that game, I could have constantly covered my Sheridan. Every 10 seconds or 12 seconds I have a shell. Every time the enemy E50, every time the CS pokes, I shoot, I pen. Because the accuracy is great. And that allows you to be very, very effective at holding the enemy off. In this tank, the problem is that because you're reloading for 27 seconds before you get your shells back, that means the enemy team has 27 seconds of time before I am able to shoot them again. The other problem is that this tank is huge. Its camo values are terrible, which means that you are always going to be spotted. I mean, you saw, I got spotted right on the back of that hill from most likely the CS63 poking into the bush. If I was in a grill there, because the vehicle's much smaller and because it has better camo values, I would have been in a much better situation. But I wasn't in a grill. I'm in a tank that just can't get away with that. So this game, I am going to push to town. And the reason why is because the Waffenträger Alf E100 cannot push anywhere else. So I'm going to be smart about this. I am going to go town, but I'm going to go to the safe route of town, which is this road here. This is definitely the safest route. And it's because if anything moves over here, we can get some damage out, but we also need to see where the enemy team's going. Like, we have the 4005 spotted, we have the boss shot down, there you go. As we can see, the enemy team is pushing mostly towards the town, and that's why you don't want to over-aggress to the town, because you don't know what the enemy team's going to do. So because of that, I'm going to move over here. Oh, never mind, they're also pushing this way. I don't know what the heck their team's doing, honestly. They've split up just like ours. I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to activate my tungsten, I'm going to activate my adrenaline, and we're going to aim in on the boss Shotzion. There you go, 571. There you go, 773, and boom, 870. So that right there was one clip from this tank. And in that clip, we were able to deal a lot. We got an HE and an ammo rack, both dealing upwards of 800 damage. So we did 2,200 damage just like that. That is where this vehicle pops off. Like, it's kind of crazy in that regard. But now we have to wait a ridiculous amount of time to get more shells, obviously. 5 seconds. Still, like any other tank, I could have shot that 4202. In this vehicle, not the case. So what am I going to do here? Well, I'm going to move up. The enemy team has already lost quite a bit of vehicles, and I'm just going to go through mid. Let's just speed on through. This vehicle is not terribly slow, which is nice, actually. It means that you... Oh, that was just a bad shot for me. Come on. Show me your turret, 4005. Come on. There you go. 542. Let's load in a high explosive. There you go. 759. Even with our first shell not being great, we were still able to get out a pretty solid chunk of damage. We have 20 seconds left on our reload and 2 tanks left on the enemy team. Are we going to be able to get any damage into these players? We'll see. I'm going to sit right here. We got 10 seconds left. The minnow is going to start turning, and he's going to be flanked. 5 seconds left. The WZ, I hope he's not smart enough. Oh, he is smart enough to HE, but screwed up the high explosive, which means that I can move over here and get an HE of myself for 880 damage into you, and then I can move over here and get a shell into the Conway for 713 and max roll it. Now, this was a really good game, and this is a great example of where the Waffenträger can do well. If you are able to pick apart the game in front of you, and you see, okay, there's a 57 heavy, a 4005, and a minnow off to this side of the map, and there's a Soul Batchat, Destiny, and 4202 on the other side, and my whole team's on this side, then I can obviously push with my team, get that clip out, very aggressive, and then reload and cover. And that's what I did there. The damage output of this vehicle is definitely nothing to laugh at. Like, when you are able to get your 1700 damage clip out, especially if you're able to pen high explosive shells, and you saw that, I got 2 high explosives out this game. One into the boss Shotzion, one into the minnow, oh no, 3, and one into the 4005. Like, the HE on this tank has 870 damage per shot. That's a lot. Now, for some reason, Wargaming gave the boss Shotzion frickin' Spalliner, which is so cringe. I don't understand that one. But yeah, like, this tank can roll upwards of 1,088 with a high explosive. That's a lot of damage. So, I do like the Waffenträger, and I do alright in it. My win rate is 67%. My average damage is slowly going up the more I play it. But the inherent problem with this vehicle is that it is the most team-dependent tank in the game. There's not a single vehicle which is more team-dependent than this tank. And that definitely puts you into a lot of problems, because you aren't always able to deal with the situations that are thrown at you. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you think that this vehicle is fun. Let me know if you think it sucks. Let me know how many of these you've seen in the battlefield. And apart from that, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!